Slavery may have ended physically, but the West continued to enslave African minds through cunning strategies that have lasting effects even today. These methods transformed Africans from physical captives to mental prisoners, distorting our identity, culture, and self-worth. Here are tools used to manipulate us. Number one, media and movies. Films like The Gods Must Be Crazy portrayed Africa as backward, dirty, and savage. These depictions were designed to make Africans ashamed of their heritage and believe that Western ways were superior. The media, controlled by Western powers, reinforced these stereotypes, shaping global perceptions of Africa and even influencing how Africans saw themselves. Number two, religion as a tool of control. The introduction of foreign religions taught Africans to fear rebellion and submit to authority, weakening the spirit of resistance. Instead of empowering people, these religions often promoted passive acceptance of oppression, teaching that suffering was virtuous and rebellion was sinful. Number three, education systems. Colonial education systems taught Africans that their history and cultures were inferior. By erasing or distorting African history, they created generations of people disconnected from their roots and dependent on Western knowledge and approval. Number four, economic dependence. After colonization, African economies were designed to serve Western interests. This economic manipulation kept African nations dependent on Western countries, ensuring that true independence was never achieved. Number five, cultural erasure. Through language, art, and societal norms, the West imposed its culture while systematically dismantling African traditions. African languages were suppressed, traditional attire was stigmatized, and indigenous beliefs were labeled as primitive. The result, mental slavery. All these tools combined to create a state of mental slavery. Africans were conditioned to see themselves as inferior, to distrust their own people, and to aspire to Western ideals that did not serve their best interests. How to break free? Reclaim our narratives. We must tell our own stories, celebrate our heroes, and restore pride in our history and culture. Educate ourselves and our youth. True education begins with understanding our history, the tactics used against us, and how to resist them. Embrace African spirituality. Reconnecting with our indigenous beliefs and practices empowers us to break free from the mental chains of fear and submission. Promote economic independence. By supporting African businesses and creating self-sustaining economies, we can reduce dependency on the West. The battle is no longer in chains, but in our minds. It's time to break free, reclaim our identity, and rise as a united Africa, proud of who we are and where we come from.